You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing daily, hopefully. Hello, you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, and this is an emergency podcast. For whatever reason, I can't or don't want to or whatever, can't do a podcast today, so this is one I recorded earlier. So I thought I'd continue on the same theme as the last one. I'm going to go along with the Richard Herring's at Leicester Square Theatre Podcast Emergency Questions app. So it's going to give me a random question. Can you knit? What's the best thing you ever knitted? That's a surprisingly normal question. I can't knit, and therefore I've never knitted anything. So I haven't got a best thing I ever knitted because I've never knitted anything. Would you rather be allergic to wood or not? What? Well, obviously I'd rather not be, because that's the entire question, by the way. No, I would rather not be allergic to wood. Thank you. What do you like best about me so far? Oh, this is like okay. So I've selected and deselected some questions, and I've left in emergency questions for when you're on a date, and that appears to be one of those. So yeah, imagine saying to someone you're on a date with, "What do you like best about me so far?" and they don't say anything. Yeah, okay. If a pack of quavers fell off a trolley on a train and the person with the trolley didn't notice, would you keep the quavers or tell them that they'd dropped them? I'd give them back to them. Mainly because I don't like quavers that much, but also the moment I consciously make the decision. So stealing isn't when you pick up something. Stealing is when you make the decision not to give it back. So if you absent-mindedly put something in your handbag or bum bag or whatever instead of your shopping trolley, and leave the supermarket with it, and don't get caught, you're not actually a thief until you find it and make the decision not to return it. So yeah, the moment you leave the supermarket doesn't necessarily make you technically a thief if you've genuinely done it by mistake. Not that you'd be able to prove that. Oh, weird one, okay. What thing that you should regret do you not regret? Don't know. What a stupid question. This only seems to be making reference to the strange relationshipy ones. So I'm going to hide those and go back to the normal insane ones. Do you believe in life after love? Because if not, there is something badly wrong with you and you should see a brain doctor. Do I believe in life after love? Oh, that's a Cher lyric, isn't it? Oh yeah, I don't know. Why can't everyone be babies? Because we'd never get anything done. Which conspiracy theory do you think might actually be true? Come on, one of them must be, and the others are just crazy. Sorry, and the others are just made up to make that one look just as crazy. Well, I do believe man went on the moon. I don't believe that the Twin Towers were deliberately destroyed by the American government, or anything silly like that. Is it possible that something happened to Diana that might have been slightly more planned than people would admit? I'm not sure I believe that, but I think of all the insane conspiracy theories, I think it's the one that's most likely to be true. Not as I don't really believe it, but anyway. Next. What is my favourite colour? I'm sure I've done this one before. Green. Which Richard Herring Leicester Square Theatre podcast would you most like to snog and why? Ooh. He's had a few good people on there. He's had Davina McCall. Definitely a possibility. He's done so many interviews. I don't know. Of the ones I can remember, possibly Davina McCall. Sad, isn't it? Just so when we split up, she can tell me I've been evicted from her life. What was your nickname at school? Gonna gloss over that. If you didn't have to murder one person at your work, college, family, but knew you could get away with it, which person would you... Oh, so if you knew you could get away with murder, who would you murder, I think is how that's clumsily being... well, I think that's what he's clumsily trying to ask. I don't think I would. I think I'd feel, even if it was someone I despised and deeply loathed, I don't think I'd be able to live with myself afterwards, because I'm a massive overthinker. So no, I don't think I would, even if I could get away with it. I'm pretty certain I wouldn't. Which is best, Cheddar Caves or Wookiee Hole? Wookiee Hole. If you had a finger... I'm not going to read that question out. It's a little bit too filthy. I know this has got an adult rating thing on it, but I'm not sure I want to answer that question. If you had to put everyone called Smith in a league table based on their worth, who would be A, the best Smith, B, the median Smith, and C, the worst Smith? Only answer when you can give a name for all three Smiths. Oh, that's a hideously complicated question. So Matt Smith is the median Smith. I can't think of any other Smiths. The band, the Smiths... I don't want to answer this silly question. Right, what is your favourite keyboard shortcut? Oh, F11, obviously. Right, that'll do me. That's gone on for 6 minutes. I'll be back at some point when... well, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a non-emergency podcast. Or I might be back to this nonsense if I can't be bothered. Don't want to, whatever, record something. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.